You guys ask the best questions. Hey, it's Katie, and every time I do a Q&A, I'm always asked if I could be a Pokemon, if I could own a Pokemon, if I could have only one Pokemon in the entire world, which one would it be? I love this question, and every single time I get it in a Q&A, I'm like, oh, I should answer it, but I just feel like this question should be its own video. So I definitely put a lot of thought into it because I really was trying to think if I could have just one Pokemon in the whole world, what Pokemon would I want to have? I mean, I don't know if I'd want to be a Pokemon, so let's just say if I could have a Pokemon as a pet or something, only one in the whole wide world out of all the millions of Pokemon. Feels like millions because they just keep adding Pokemon. Original 151, yeah. So this question really got me thinking because I have a lot of favorite Pokemon. When I was a little kid, when Pokemon first came out, I was obsessed with Squirtle. I don't know why I was obsessed with Squirtle, but literally I had pillows, sheets, plush toys, all of the Burger King toys, every single thing that had Squirtle on it, I bought. Well, I didn't buy it, my parents bought it for me, but I loved Squirtle. And then, I don't know exactly when this happened, but then my obsession went from Squirtle to Charmander. And I was always such a big fan of Charmander. It might have been because the episode where Ash finds Charmander is like such a sad and sweet episode of Pokemon. I loved it. And I kind of think maybe that's when I fell in love with Charmander. I can't exactly remember when it happened, but Charmander has always been a favorite of mine. And now as an adult it totally makes sense because Charmander's a dragon who can breathe fire. So if I could only have one Pokemon in the whole world, I'm pretty sure I would pick Charmander. Charmander is so darn cute, and I guess in these rules, the Pokemon can evolve. So whatever Pokemon you pick can evolve. So that's something to think about too, because I love Charmander. Also, it evolves into a Charizard, and that is a fire-breathing, flying dragon. So if I could have a Pokemon, I would love a Pokemon that I could ride around on. That would be awesome to have my own dragon and ride on it. That'd be so cool. And then I was kind of also thinking like, maybe I'd want a Lapras or something that I could, you know, cross the sea on. Like that would be really, really cool. Deep down in my soul, I just think that I am a little biased toward Charmander because I love fire Pokemon. I mean, I bought Pokemon Red as a kid, and every single game of Pokemon I've ever played, Charmander was my starting Pokemon. So I've always had a love for Charmander, and if it evolved into a Charizard, then I'd have a dragon that I could ride around on. It would be awesome. I kind of have another favorite Pokemon. I don't know if I'd want it though as my one Pokemon because, well, the Pokemon is Eevee. I always have loved Eevee. I love the fact that she can evolve into completely different type Pokemon. It's so awesome that you could get one and I mean, it's really cool. So for me, I'm like, oh, well, maybe I'd want an Eevee, and then she'd evolve and it would be like, surprise, I'm a Vaporeon, or surprise, I'm a Jolteon. I mean, it would be kind of cool. But after thinking for a while about this question, if I could be a Pokemon, have a Pokemon, what's my favorite Pokemon? The answer is all the same. Charmander. Always loved Charmander. Always loved dragons, always loved fire type Pokemon. And I really liked Ash's Charmander because he had a little bit of an attitude, and I feel like that would go well with me to have a little Charmander pet that got a little bit of an attitude, but then realizes that after you take care of him that you love him and he loves you. So many of you guys have asked me this question, so I'm finally answering it. But I want to hear from you. If you could only have one Pokemon, one, just one, don't list out 5. If you could only pick one Pokemon to have as a pet out of all the Pokemon, which one would you pick and why? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
What are we doing? We answering questions?
Yes, we have lots of questions here. Hang on.
You gave us questions, we're gonna answer them. Happy?